we've got a wide assortment of private eyes and private eye authors. We've got Michael Stone's Streeter series. Michael Stone has an edge on most private eye authors in that he's a private eye himself. He is an investigative reporter who turned private eye. He's been one for 25 years and writes one of the best private eye series ever in Streeter, a bounty hunter and bodyguard based in Denver, and won the praise of Robert Parker and scores of other authors and critics with those books. We're also
don't leave out Dick Lochte.
Oh, yeah.
Dick Lochte, whose book Sleeping Dog was named by the Independent Booksellers Association as one of the 100 best mysteries of the last century.
That book has won or been nominated for every single award you could possibly win in our genre. He won the Nero Wolfe Award, but got nominated for the Edgar, the Seamus. It's amazing the acclaim that book has gotten, and all of it well-deserved. And the sequel, Laughing Dog, is every bit as good as Sleeping Dog. And Rapping Dog, the novella he did, is just a gem.
Don't forget about Maxine O'Callaghan. She created, really, the female PI. She was the forerunner for Sarah Paretsky, for Janet Ivanovich. Before any of those folks were out there doing this, Maxine O'Callaghan was writing Delilah West, who is every bit the hard-charging, tough private investigator. And you know, the other great thing about Maxine is we've got something new coming from Maxine.
We've got all of the original Delilah West short stories packaged in one anthology, Bad News and Trouble, so you can see the whole genesis of that character from the very first short story that was published in the 1970s on through her last big novel, Down for the Count, which is just an incredible crime story. But talk about groundbreaking. We've got Noreen Ayer's Smokey Brandon books long before CSI and NCIS and all these other forensic books and cop shows. She was doing it with Smokey Brandon.
You talk about an interesting character. Smokey Brandon was what? She was a stripper.
And who hasn't been?
Yeah, exactly. And she was a cop, right? And now she ends up, she is a forensic investigator for the police department. So she's seen the world from all different kind of stages, this character, Smokey Brandon, and Noreen brings her to life with such realism and such grit. This is somebody you really want to root for.
We're also thrilled to be publishing the Bragg novels by Jack Lynch. Peter Bragg is a detective based very much on Jack Lynch himself. Jack Lynch was a bartender and reporter for the San Francisco Chronicle, and his character, Peter Bragg, is also a former bartender and reporter.
Right what you know.
Yes. And there's so many of these detectives who are only interested in sleeping with the client and beating up people, having a witty one-liner.
That's not necessarily a bad thing.
I know. It's certainly the way I lead my life.
Yeah.
But Peter Bragg gets much more involved in his cases than the typical private detective, but he's not beyond punching someone in the face when need be. And we've got all 8 Bragg mysteries, starting with The Dead Never Forget on through, and we're thrilled to have the books. The books were nominated for the Edgar Award and twice for the Seamus Award. They're among the most honored private detective novels that have ever been published, and it's great to have them as part of the Brash list.